What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This one is the beginning of season number 2 right here today. But if you missed the last episode, it was the season finale of the first season. We played in the FA Cup final against Spurs. And if you want to see what happened in case you did miss it, then you need to click off this video and go and watch that one first. But spoiler aside, we of course are FA Cup champions after winning it in the final. We finished second last season in the Premier League behind Manchester United. It was an incredible first season. And I showed you as well the transfer budget last episode. Nearly £100 million to spend. It's a crazy amount of money to think of. I don't know where I'm going to begin today with in terms of signings, but I guess for this first episode of the new season, it will pretty much be us bringing in new players, maybe getting to the first game of the season and just kind of seeing what happens. The only thing I've done so far of the new season is I've made one new signing, and that is a free agent who's joined us. We've brought in a man called Zortea, who is an Italian player, 18 years of age, 65 rated. He came from the free agents, cost us absolutely nothing. An exciting prospect, it says. So we'll see how he progresses. But I guess my plan of action for this second season is to really make sure we are building a squad here at Bournemouth, because a lot of my youth players will be leaving on loan. I showed you the players that I had transfer listed and the players I was not keeping hold of, and that very much stands the same. So a lot of our youth academy players will be leaving the club and getting some first team football elsewhere, and we will just focus on the players mostly who are going to play a part this season. So in terms of youth prospects, I don't think there's going to be many that stays. Mark Dillon is probably the best one at the club so far, and he is already out on loan. So let's just see what happens today in this episode. Pre-season tour as well. I won't be playing any of the games, but we started it off with a 2-0 defeat to Lyon in the first game of the group stage. Like I mentioned, I won't be playing any of the games this time around. I did in season 1, but now we're into season 2. Just doesn't interest me. We don't exactly need the money. The second game of the pre-season tour group stage is against Roma. We are technically playing away, but obviously with it being the pre-season tour, it's not in Roma, as we've lost it by 2-1. Joshua King on the score sheet after scoring a penalty. And I think that's safe to say that we are pretty much out of this pre-season tour with that result there then. Yeah, because we'd have to beat Ajax, who are on 6 points, and hope that elsewhere result goes our way. And Lyon and Roma both can't drop points as they take each other on. So we're out of the pre-season tour, but I'm not that bothered about it if I'm being honest. It's time to make our first offer for a player who we want to bring in. Joe Gomez from Liverpool. At the moment, Bayern have just offered £25 million to Liverpool to sign him. So I'm going to go in with 26 and hope that Jurgen Klopp is going to be nice and accept that deal. He wants 30 with a sell-on clause of 15%. I think we can get him for around 27, I believe. But I'll go in with 26.5, leaving the... in fact, let's go to 15% for the sell-on clause. And hope that he accepts this deal. 500k more, than what I offered. 29.5. Okay, 27 will be my last offer with 15%. I feel like he'll accept that. Joe Gomez, a quality centre-back who is going to give you a lot of years of service as well. I very much am a fan of Joe Gomez. Now, the question is he going to want to join us, or will he choose to go to Bayern instead? Now, we have the availability to offer him a contract. I'm not sure if that deal to Bayern's been accepted yet by Liverpool, or if it's just very much they've made the offer, but it was less than what we've given. So, yeah, let's see what Gomez is going to want in the way of a contract. I've got 3 players right now in mind that I want to bring in. Number 1 is Gomez. Number 2 is Ben Chilwell. And number 3, you'll have to wait and see, because it's a bit of a surprise one. And I won't show you him unless I can get the deal done. But I definitely want Gomez, and I definitely want Ben Chilwell as well. And at the moment, I don't actually know how much money Joe Gomez is on at Liverpool. So I'm going to go in with £65,000 a week. Important 5-year contract. I'm very happy with a 5-year contract, and he is happy with the 65 grand a week. Welcome to the club for our first new signing, which is going to be Joe Gomez, a top quality centre-back. I'm very glad to have him at the club. He'll give a lot to us here at Bournemouth. And of course, if Ake does leave, which is the potential that he will come in and hopefully fill those boots very well. Very quick, can play right back as well, 23 years old. Really, really solid choice at centre-back. 90 sprint speed, actually. I did not know that. But yeah, welcome to the club, Joe Gomez. The last group stage game of the pre-season tour has now been played. We played Ajax and we lost by 2-1. We did not pick up a single point in this pre-season tour group stage, which is a bit like poor from us, but we weren't really bothered about it, so can't really complain. But we do actually have the Community Shield against Manchester United as our first game of the season, which could well be the only game of today's episode as well. No sign of Gomez. What does this mean? I don't actually know what this means, as he is at the club, so I don't know why it says no sign of Gomez. Should it not even say Bournemouth have signed Gomez? Wait, they were disappointed by Wood's decision not to field his... Oh, okay, so he didn't play against Ajax, and that's why it says no sign of Gomez. Now I understand. So, time to try and bring Ben Chilwell to the club. Palace are currently the team that he plays for. They've just been relegated, you might remember, last season to the Championship. So I'm hoping I might be able to get him on a bit of a cheaper offer. But I'm going to go in with a very respectable £20 million straight away. And let's see what Roy Hodgson is going to want in return. 30.9. It's a bit more than I was thinking once I first thought about signing Ben Chilwell. Mainly because with them being in the Championship, he's going to want to leave. He won't want to be playing Championship football, I can guarantee that. And 30 is what they're sticking to. But I don't want to pay £30 million if I'm being honest. 24.5. 25, I think it'll be the last one. They're going to take some time to think about it. I'm sure they'll come back with 30 million. We'll have to wait and find out. Yep, there we go. 30.9. It's back to what they were saying previously. Again, though, I'm going to try and negotiate this because £30 million is more than I was hoping I would pay. So I'll be back in a second if we can agree a deal. We have managed to finally agree on a price for Ben Chilwell. £27 million it will be to bring him to the club from Crystal Palace. Of course, we now have to agree the wages. But he will be our second signing of this transfer window. And already I'm getting the players that I wanted. So far, so good is how it's looking. Obviously, if I can't get the other players that I want to bring in as well, I might have to think about some other players. But for now, the two players that I had as my top priorities, I've managed to bring them in. Joe Gomez and Ben Chilwell. Of course, that requires me actually agreeing the deal for Ben Chilwell here on the wages. 5-year contract, £34,000 a week is what he's on. I think he'll accept 50. 36.5 is what he's actually wanting. I'll get rid of the appearance bonus though. And the signing bonus is a little bit big, but I'll offer him 40. And I think that should be okay. As Ben Chilwell looks like he's about to join Bournemouth. And there we go. Ben Chilwell's in, partnering now Joe Gomez. Very, very solid choice to have, as Ben Chilwell is our third signing of the window, if you include the free agent. But the second monetary signing of the window, and he joins straight away, as Rico will be now leaving the club, definitely, and Lloyd Kelly will play as backup to Ben Chilwell. So, and Kulu's here as well, remember as well from the pre-contracts. Cavani, you guys have said we should use him this season. We've got a lot of quality already to think about bringing in, and I've still got to move a lot of players on as well. And now we take on Manchester United in the Community Shield. This is the team we're going to play for the game. I haven't switched on my other controller to change around Manchester United's team because I want to see if it's a very good team heading into game. Because if it is, it means I don't need to do too much this season in the way of changing around teams. So, bit of a test here, but we've got Butland in goal, Chilwell, Ake, Gomez and Stacey at the back. Fraser with Jefferson, Lerma, Maddison in the midfield alongside King on the right. Wilson starts in behind Edison, Cavani as the front two. Cavani's wearing the number 9 shirt as well for this season. A bit of a testing lineup. Obviously, Lerma might not stay here this season. We've yet to decide that. I've had a couple of offers for him so far. Nowhere in the region that I'm looking at letting him go for. So unless they match those valuations, he's looking like he's going to be staying, but we'll see what happens. There's still a long, long way to go in the transfer window. But let's jump into game and see what we can do in our first game of the new season. For Manchester United, they start with De Gea in goal. And you can see their lineup there. Mata captains the side, playing on the right, with Martial leading the line up front, wearing the number 9 shirt. Obviously, no Rashford. We know he's gone to PSG in our save, so he will not feature in this game. A big miss, actually, for Man United. I was surprised when they let him go, but they made that decision. And it will be Cavani, who starts off play here at Wembley for the new season. And the Community Shield is underway. Corner ball, Manchester United. Only 4 minutes into this one as Juan Mata trying to work his way towards the box. Fraser wins the first tackle, but concedes possession towards Kingsley Coman. And this is good for Manchester United as they try to build the attack. Lingard's ball through towards Martial. Keeps it in place, sends it back towards the box. And Maddison it was in the end, blocks the shot from Manchester United. As Joshua King now trying to get away at pace. Ball inside towards Wilson. He continues down the right-hand side. The counter-attack is working again for Bournemouth as King's shot is straight at David De Gea and it's a save. We did that so many times last season. Counter-attacked at pace. We did it again here. And Joshua King has the first shot of the game for us. We are back out for the second half of football here at Wembley. One change at half-time for us. David Brooks is on for Joshua King at right midfield as the cross in towards the box needs to be dealt with. And it is by Ake. A very disappointing first half, if I will say so. Neither side really dominating the game. Not a lot of clear-cut chances either. Both teams quite poor in the final third thus far. We are yet to have a shot on target, for example. Even though David De Gea has made a couple of saves. It's apparently we've not had them on target, so the shot from King in that first half must have been going over. Here is Wilson, though. Looks to Cavani. Cavani back towards Wilson. Lovely play. Gets it off to Cavani. And surely, and it is. It's his first goal in Bournemouth colours for Edison Cavani. It was worked really well between him and Callum Wilson. And he smashes it home. Just as I'm saying about the lack of quality in the final third, we've put together a move that's broke the deadlock here at Wembley. And it's really, really good as well. Just quick 1-2s, really. And there's the run from Cavani through, and he smashes it past David De Gea in towards the back of the net. And it is 1-0 Bournemouth in the Community Shield here at Wembley. Honestly, though, I'm never really that bothered about Community Shields. It's nice to win them, but if it means, you know, us getting the win, fantastic. If we lose it, I'm not really that fussed, but we are in front here, and we now have a lead to defend. Here is Mata, back towards AWB. AWB's ball towards McTominay. He's allowed to turn. He feeds the back heel towards Lingard. Gets it back as well. What a strike. It is surely going to be an equaliser. Bournemouth 1. Manchester United 1. A thunderbolt from Scott McTominay. Comes back off the crossbar. And Lingard is there, I think, to tap it home. Yeah, it is Lingard. I mean, it's quite unfortunate, actually, really, that Jack Butland, when it comes back off the crossbar, it touches him. And it slows down the ball a heck of a lot. Maybe if we get a little bit of luck there, the ball bounces off Butland and goes out for a corner kick. Or worse, goes straight in. But it's Manchester United back on level terms. Honestly, there was not a lot I could have done about that. That was just an incredible strike by Scott McTominay. And it deserved to go in straight from the shot. It didn't, but Lingard was there to tap home the rebound. And we are back to honours even here. But Ryan Fraser looking to immediately get us back in front. David De Gea with a simple save in the end. Ryan Fraser there just seemed to be running a little bit slower than usual for Fraser. He's a very, very quick winger, you might remember. He's got a lot of pace about him, Ryan Fraser, but there he just seemed like he couldn't quite get away from AWB. Lovely ball through from Maddison towards Cavani, though. And that's not a great finish, is it, by any means? That's, in fact, a very poor finish by Edison Cavani. I'm going to make another change here. We'll bring on Thiago Almada for Callum Wilson, and we'll also bring on Lewis Cook for Jefferson Lerma. And with 18 minutes to play, it is 1-1 here. And that is a poor finish by Edison Cavani. Oh no, Ben Chilwell went to ground and didn't win it. And now Mata is bursting down the right-hand side. He's got round Ryan Fraser as well. Manchester United on the attack with 4 minutes to play. The ball up towards Mata again as he now looks for a way through. There's the ball inside. And Jesse Lingard, with 3 minutes remaining here at Wembley, has surely won it for Man United. Oh, I knew full well when Juan Mata had got past me on the right-hand side with Ben Chilwell that this was really going to end up in a Man United chance. And you can see Lingard runs through, not tracked by Lewis Cook or David Brooks for that matter. He gets his second of the game, and I don't know what it is, but Lingard always seems to perform against me. I don't know why, but yet again, it is Lingard who sinks me. And it's going to be Community Shield frustration for us. I did mention I'm not that bothered about losing this game. It's not a massive, it's not a massive competition to win, a trophy to win, but it is a bit frustrating when you take the lead in the game and you can't see the game out. Especially when you consider the way it's happened. 2 goals by Jesse Lingard. The first one, incredible by McTominay, but then it's a tap-in. And there we definitely could have prevented that. It was just poor defending from us, in all honesty. And 40 seconds to play here. It's going to be Manchester United 2, Bournemouth 1. Community Shield will go to Manchester United, much like the Premier League title. That is it. They win it, and we are left frustrated. But, if it means that we get a little bit more, I guess, motivation moving into the new season to take the Premier League off them, then albeit, I mean, Edson Cavani did have that chance, didn't he, where we were at 1-1 and he put it wide. Definitely should have scored there. The Manchester United will take the Community Shield. They'll get to lift it here. And hopefully this gives us the motivation, like I said, to move forward into this new season. We've got a lot of football to come. We've got the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, the Premier League, the Champions League now as well. And as Juan Mata gets to lift the trophy, Manchester United win the first piece of silverware of Season 2. And it is them who really we have to try and beat this season. They took the Premier League last year. They're the team to beat at the moment in the Premier League. And I'm sure there'll be a lot of other teams. Man City will probably come back this season stronger. Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool. You know, you've got a lot of teams that will come back stronger. Probably even Tottenham as well. But they are the team who win the first cup competition of the season. And as I mentioned earlier, there was one surprising name on the list of players that I wanted to bring in this season. And it is this man, Fernandinho from Manchester City. Game time limited with Manchester City, but I really wanted a top-notch CDM to come in and hold down that spot and break up attacks for us. I was looking around. I saw a couple of players. Rakitic was one of the players I considered, but I looked at Fernandinho, and of course, with the dynamic potential this year, you have the availability to bring in older players, and I was trying to do that last season with Ibrahimovic, but he retired. So I found Fernandinho. He's 35 now, but I think he could be a really, really solid player for us still at the age of 35. He's still 85 rated as well. I'm hoping that City might let him go on the cheap because of his age. So £14 million is going to be our first offer. And there you go. They've accepted it. £14 million for 85 rated Fernandinho. I'm not sure how many people would have maybe expected us to bring him in. But as a defensive midfielder, what a player he is. 88 interceptions, 81 composure on the ball. Reaction's really good as well. Defensively solid. I think for a player of his quality, he can do us a solid job this season. And what he does bring as well is a lot of experience, because now we're playing Champions League football, we're going to need that experience. So let's see if the contract is going to be a good amount, because I don't want to pay a massive amount of money for a 35-year-old in the way of wages. I'm thinking £80,000 a week is a solid option. Let's go for important player for the first team. He wants crucial. Okay, well, he probably would play every single game anyway, so let's not worry about that. But crucial first team player. What about the years? 2-year contract? I think till 37 would be a good idea. It gives us an opportunity as well to try out the dynamic potential too. And he doesn't want a lot in the wages at all. If I remove that bonus and give him £76,000 a week, I think he'll accept that. And there we are. Fernandinho becomes our third monetary signing of the window. I mentioned I had a surprising player up my sleeve, and there he is. 85 rated Fernandinho joins Bournemouth, and he will just sit in front of our back four and protect attacks. But what this does mean is I might have to change my formation, and game time for the likes of Phillips and Cook could be limited unless we let Lerma go. I am currently trying to get rid of Philippe Billing as well, so we'll see how that goes. But Fernandinho is here, and he will slot nicely into midfield. But I might have to rethink our formation ahead of that to try and fit him in. We could go 4-3-3 and drop one of Wilson or Cavani and play like Fraser and King as a right forward and a left forward. I could do that. Maybe I'll have a little play around and see what I think. But leave me some suggestions down below on what you think I should do in the formation. But for now, they're the three players I had in mind for this new season. So welcome Gomez, welcome Fernandinho, and welcome Ben Chilwell to the club. And that is actually where we're going to end off today's episode as well, my friends. So here currently is Ben Chilwell, his attributes. You can see as I scroll through them how good he actually is. 81 rated, top quality left back for the new season. Joe Gomez can play right back and centre back, so I might not bring in a right back now because of the fact that we've got Joe Gomez. Of course, Jack Stacey will play there, and we can throw Gomez at right back should we need to. I'm probably going to bring in one more centre back as well. And finally, where is he? There he is. Fernandinho, 4-star weak foot, high defensive work rate. Really good still physically. He's not the slowest player at all by any means either for a CDM. In terms of technical as well, defensive awareness very good. He's just brought in to be that rock in front of our back four and protect us really this season. And like I mentioned, a lot of the Youth Academy players will be going out on loan too. We've already got rid of a couple of them out on loan, so let me take a quick look at that. Hennessy out on loan for the season. Mays out on loan for the season. Van Dam, of course, out on loan as well. Mulder, O'Donnell, Mark Dillon, 69 rated, out on loan at Braga. So, yeah, we've got quite a few of the players out on loan. And still a lot transfer listed. Before we go, though, I want to show you what we have done in the way of transfers so far today. And if we take a look at my club, we can see the deals as they happen. So let's start off with the first deal of the window. Zortea came in on the free transfer. Following that was Joe Gomez coming in for £27.5 million. Adam Smith has left to Ajax for £5 million. I wasn't going to show you all of the deals that happened. I was going to do it in this list here because there was a lot to go through. Harry Arter's also gone. He's gone to Toulouse for £2.5 million. And Jolly has gone to Sunderland for 920,000. Hennessy out on loan. Chilwell coming in for 27 million. Ramsdale's gone to Montpellier for 1.7 million. Mays out on loan. Rico has gone to Villarreal for 6.4 million pounds. And then finally, Fernandinho coming in for 14 million. We've still got a lot of players transfer listed as well. And let me show you the transfer hub real quick as well, because we had a lot of offers for a lot of players. You can see King had an offer for him. We had offers for Ake, Fraser, Lerma, who I couldn't actually get rid of. I tried going for 28, to Frankfurt, and they rejected that. Callum Wilson, we rejected an offer for. Phillips to Arsenal, that was a surprising one as well. I rejected that deal. Butland, I tried to go and counter offer for 30 million. Sevilla said no, and Danjuma was a loan deal, but I want to let go of him permanently. So lots of offers for our players, a lot to do still in the transfer window. If you enjoyed today's episode, a like would be greatly appreciated. As always, a massive thank you for all of your support as well. We will begin the new Premier League season with a game at home against Everton at the beginning of next episode 2. And we still got a lot to do in the transfer window. So until next time, have a great day, have a great evening, and I will catch you all very soon with the next episode in the series. Until then, adios.